Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, and I'm here with Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, and we're here with my brother. We're going to try something out a little different, a little deviation from the norm in my channel, because on a trip to Grand Prix Minneapolis, after the Pro Tour, I said, we're going to fix Burn. We're going to make Burn better than ever. Because I was so impressed with Ramunap Ruins. What is the one thing Burn players always complain about? Oh, I'm flooding out. I need 2 lands, maybe 3, no more than that in order to win a game. Not anymore with Ramunap Ruins. This thing, when you flood out,
it's real bad. It's real bad.
Flooding out is terrible in Burn, but now when you flood out, it's going to be worth damage. It's going to it's going to be a good thing. We're like, we get more land. I have Ramunap Ruins in play. I need that mountain. Got that mountain. Sweet.
That's a got him.
That's a got him. So I love the idea of Ramunap Ruins. I love the idea of Sun-Scorched Desert. Get some lands in play, deal extra damage to our opponent. And we need to make up for the fact that people are not playing as many shock lands as they used to. They're playing with those, where they go, fast lands.
Fast lands.
That's no good. Burn is falling behind.
It's tough.
It is tough for Burn.
It's hard out there for Burn.
And another thing, like, Lantern Control, screw you. Ensnaring Bridge, screw you. And also, what's it called? Leyline of Sanctity, screw you. Hazoret the Fervent, it's going to destroy you. All the cards that we draw, deal 2 damage to you anyway. So basically, Hazoret plays around everything that Burn had a problem with. And we also thought about, like, Path to Exile. You can Path to Exile the Hazoret, but it's probably going to be spent on our early turn Goblin Guides and Monastery Swift Spears, because they're worth damage, and they're going to help us. And so by the time, first off, they're going to ramp us into the Hazoret, and by the time we get this thing in play, it's going to be invincible because they've already used their Path to Exile. Now we're going to make this a monocolored deck because we are adding colorless in this deck for Sun-Scorched Desert. We're going to up the lands to 22 in order to cast this Hazoret, and the curve is a little bit higher anyway with Flames of the Blood Hand. I mean, I guess we could go through the deck. We're still playing with Goblin Guide. Yep. We're still playing with Lava Spike. We're still playing with Lightning Bolt.
You have to.
Great cards.
Yep.
Swift Spear. I mean, these creatures are what makes Burn Burn. And we're going to dump Eidolon for Shrine of the Burning Rage. Burn just won a Grand Prix, and with good reason. Shrine of the Burning Rage is a fantastic addition to the deck. You cast any spells, it keeps building up charge counters, and then you pay 3 and you throw it away for all the charge counters on it, and you get a charge counter at your upkeep as well. So I mean, this is an answer to Master of Waves. We hate seeing Shrine of the Burning Rage, but it's an answer to a lot of things. What else is it?
Well, it gives you inevitability. That's something. It's a bit of an answer to Chalice in the sense that if you're, there are times when you're casting your spells into Chalice to get prowess triggers and stuff. Well, now you get another counter as well. It's colorless. Like you mentioned, Master Wave, so it helps with protection. It's sort of just a bit of an inevitability engine. The problem with Eidolon is that there's just so much removal running around, and like Eidolon's amazing, right? There are some games where you just drop it against, like, say, Storm. If they don't have an answer, you just lose, right? Or, well, they just lose, I should say. It's more of an inevitability card.
It's more of an inevitability card. By the way, we have Andrew, Day 2 Dryden here, because he's a Burn expert. He's going to help us, guide us through some of these matchups. Like, I have a good technical ability, but I have no feel for any of the matchups whatsoever. I have no idea what's coming. I did, however, build this deck, so it's going to be great anyway. So we got Skullcrack, still great. Searing Blaze, still awesome. It's probably the hardest thing in our deck to cast, given it's double red. I love the fact that...
The other thing is we're not using fetch lands. That's the other tough part with that one.
But we are running extra lands.
This is true.
Running extra lands for that Searing Blaze.
It's also going to make our opponent's paths potentially worse. Give you a land? Okay.
Well, yeah, those Path to Exiles. So Ramunap Ruins even more positioned in metas where there's, Path to Exile is popular. So we're going to play with Flames of the Blood Hand. This is going to be our Boros charm, essentially, dealing 4 damage. And it's also essentially another version of Skullcrack. So if anyone wants to try to gain life with Kitchen Finks, what are all the life gain spells?
Obstinate Baloth, not Collective Defiance.
Collective Brutality.
Collective Brutality, the other one, the white one.
I have no idea. These are not cards I'm...
No, you do know this card.
The white life gain spell.
1 white, 1 colorless, escalate 2, sack an attack.
Oh, Blessed Alliance.
Blessed Alliance.
Blessed Alliance.
Like, I can tell you every part of this card except the name.
Yeah, right. So we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good against Blessed Alliance.
Yeah. There's life gain, lightning helix.
Lightning helix. I think we're gonna crush the mirror. Look at this stuff. We've got no fetch lands. We're barely dealing any damage to that ourselves. We've got Sun Scorched Desert to deal extra damage to them, and then we got this frickin' Hazoret the Fervent at the end. Oh yeah, but we have Rift Bolt, but who cares? Hazoret the Fervent. We're running with 2 of them in the main deck. We got 2 more in the sideboard. I have no idea where this is going to be good. Hopefully
possible,
everything.
Yeah, it's possible we should have 3 or
possible.
4 in the main deck.
Yeah,
I don't know, right?
This is the first time we're playing with this thing. So indestructible, haste, and it can't attack or block unless you have 1 or few cards in hand. That's no problem for a burn deck. And 3 mana, discard a card. It deals 2 damage to each opponent. So this thing, I think the thing is, it's probably going to be it might be amazing in Game 1 and Game 2, but in Game 1 it looks fine, and Game 2, when people bring in the sideboard cards, this is where it becomes incredibly busted. Because this is where we're gonna want it to out-hate the hateful sideboard cards.
Yeah.
And Legendary, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
I don't think so.
So looking at the sideboard, being a monocolored burn deck, it makes it very difficult to fill up the 75. We realize. So we got 2 magma. Oh, sorry, we have 3 magma jets. I think this is the only real filler card. I can't remember what we wanted this for.
I feel bad saying this on camera because we should have discussed this off camera. But I feel like since we're not using our graveyard at all, maybe something like Relic would have been a good idea. But whatever. Sorry.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a filler card. I don't know. It's more red removal, fixes your draws. Like in the sideboard of burn, you're seeing, there's path, there's things like that.
I wouldn't mind.
It's just more removal. Sometimes you want more.
I do like the idea against certain control decks that we just side out all the creatures. If they're very removal heavy, I want to have just more burn, and this will fill that role, because against control deck, like especially on the draw, control decks with enough removal, they'll just pick these things off like Goblin Guide and Swift Spear. Let's not give them that option. Let's turn all those cards dead. Let's bring in some more burn spells, and then we're just going to play completely at instant speed as much as possible. You do anything, burn you, and then have inevitability. Like maybe we can make them tap out at some point, like before our 4th turn, and then slam this Hazoret, smack you for 4, and then, well, good luck dealing with this thing for the rest of the game.
There are definitely times against certain decks that are removal heavy, like Jund in the past, where I've sided out like everything except maybe 5 or 6 creatures, right?
Right.
And they're their terminates are dead cards, right? So yeah, no, it's an option.
So we got 4 Smash to Smithereens. I only know Affinity for this. I mean, I guess it's also good against Lantern control. We'll want that against Lantern.
You could have it against Merfolk. I don't know if this build wants it.
If our opponent shows us Chalice of the Void, we are bringing this card in.
Yeah, anything with Chalice of the Void. This is sort of filling that Destructive Revelry spot.
Yep.
Very different because it doesn't hit enchantments, obviously, but it's sort of filling that spot.
Well, there's enough.
If you wanted a different spell or another spell, especially in mono red or red splashing colorless, Shattering Spree is the other card you might want. Because again, you can kill 5 things at once potentially, stuff like that. But
Shattering Spree, how much does it cost?
1 red.
Oh, but the other copies will get through Chalice of the Void.
Correct.
Right. Because there's more than one Chalice deck in the format. I mean, like, there's Eldrazi Tron is a Chalice deck, and also there's Sun and Moon. And occasionally people will play Chalice of the Void on the sideboard, like Merfolk.
Yeah.
So,
this is more immediate and gets damage and,
Yeah, so Eldrazi Tron, Lantern Control, Affinity. I think that's enough targets for Smash to Smithereens. And we got Exquisite Firecraft. If we have 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in our graveyard, it can't be countered by spells or abilities. So we will... against those control decks, if they go low enough, boom! There's the extra 4 damage that we need.
Yeah, so go ahead, hold up that Dispel, hold up that Negate.
Yeah, that's right. So post-board, we're going to have more Hazarets, and for that reason, we're going to have to up our land count to 23, and we're going to bring in another Sun-Scorched Desert. Every little bit of damage counts. And then finally, we have Ensnaring Bridge, hopefully a Silver Bullet against certain decks. Slow down the Eldrazi decks. What does Affinity do against this?
They can get around it.
Right. Okay, they attack with Ornithopter, and then they equip a cranial plating at instant speed.
Or
so
they like sack everything to a Ravager or whatever.
Right. Okay, so
there are times
not good.
when if they don't see it coming though, well, they should see it coming. A good player will see it coming, you know. But there are times when they go like, you know, Steel Overseer, activate.
Right.
Uh-oh. Now everything's a 2/3. Uh-oh, you know, so...
So, like, Ensnaring Bridge, I don't know exactly what this is good against. It was, of course, good against Merfolk. I know it will be, like, okay against Eldrazi Tron, but they have, like, Ratchet Bomb, so they can eventually blow it up. It should be good against Boggles.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's a good matchup.
It'll be good against, like, weird fringe decks. Maybe some black... I'm not sure.
Anything running black and red is going to have Kolaghan's Command. That's the one negative.
Sure,
so,
yeah.
Right, you know, anything black, green, red, black, red, like, they're going to have answers for this, so...
So we were talking, like,
tough.
earlier before we started recording, Ensnaring Bridge, maybe this has a better spot in the main deck than in the sideboard. Like, these Hazarets could be... Well, we gotta play Hazaret, because this is the whole point of doing all this weird stuff, but maybe instead of 2 Flames of the Bloodhand, we have 2 Ensnaring Bridges, because I think even against, like, green-based decks, let's say, I don't want to use Counter's Company as an example, because they could kill us with Walking Ballista, but decks with Reclamation Sage in the sideboard can't beat Ensnaring Bridge. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see as we play games.
I'll be honest. I've never really been a huge fan of this card in Burn. It's only sort of lately been a big deal. And when Eldrazi Winter was going on, that was a big deal. I've never really been a big fan of it because there's so many answers. So even though I've played a lot of Burn, I actually have not used this card a lot. I used this card more when I played Affinity than anything else.
Now that I'm thinking about it, couldn't we play this anyway against Affinity? So, like, let's say they plating at instant speed. We just smash the Smithereens, the one Ornithopter, because it's the only thing that we're scared of. Is just Ornithopters,
it's
right?
not. I mean, it's a little clunky. It slows us down, but we have enough removal. Yeah, we could play this against Affinity. It's definitely playable.
I think it works. I think it works.
The reason Affinity gets around it so well is because traditionally, you know, Lantern Control and things like that have been what play it. And at that point, Affinity has time to figure out, find an answer kind of thing, right? I mean...
I don't know, we'll have to see when we get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're learning as we go, people.
So, let's try this out in our league, our modern league. Okay, so we won the die roll, and we used to say...
I think this hand is pretty good.
Looks good.
This is better than the hands I normally draw. God, this is like, yep, I'm in... Oh, get in there. Yeah.
So Andrew Day 2 Dryden likes the look of...
I'm a big fan. The problem is we're going to get...
this revealed thing. So Eldrazi Trump... we're up against Eldrazi. We got this Hazaret. So
we're just going to race them and win.
Is this how it works? We're not even going to save this... I guess the Lightning Bolt doesn't have a lot of good targets.
We're going to see what we draw first. We could draw another Swift Spear. Okay, see, now we want to Lava Spike them. Yeah. Well,
there's no point.
Swift Spear and then Lava Spike them. You want to get rid of your sorceries first if you can, and it makes sense. And we're just going to get in damage when they can't do anything about it. It's fantastic. Oh... This is gonna be the fastest series your channel's ever had.
Yeah, so they have a Matter Reshaper on board.
That's not good, but it's frustrating. Like carded, you know, where they can just chump block and still get things on the board, like value like that. You just don't have that kind of value in red, unfortunately.
Mindstone. Wow.
Go ahead.
Tapping out.
Yeah, dirtle all you want, man. This is fantastic.
We might see this Hazaret in
play. Okay, get wrecked.
This is sick.
Yeah, this is...
hold on.
Add this up.
Okay, so first off, I actually should say that before... We should at least attack first.
Yes.
To see what is on our opponent's deck. If that changes our mind with Lightning Bolt. There's a Reality Smasher.
Okay, so he's got an Eldrazi Temple, and so he can just go... You want to delete one of those, because it's the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, keep the rest. So he can just go Temple Reality Smasher, which is what we want to happen, because then he just dies. Because this is going in for 6. No, it's 9.
It could be 9. And then anything they play.
And we can just go Hazaret next turn. Like, even if he just goes, like...
Tron land... Actually, yeah, there's like no bricks in our deck, so even if he goes Tron land into All Is Dust...
Or Ugin. Ugin would be a bad one. Oh, no, it wouldn't. No, just go Hazaret and win.
Yeah, we would just win with Hazaret if we draw land, yeah. And everything else is live in the deck, so...
These are the games when... This is why people are like, oh, Burn's easy. You cast your creatures, bolt them, you win. These games don't always happen.
Especially on the draw.
This hand
would be way worse on the draw, so what's it going to be? It's going to be All Is Dust,
That's
just as we were talking about.
Oh, no, wait, we need a land to cast Hazaret.
Yeah, but like everything's a live draw.
That's true. Everything is
so it's either a land or... I guess the worst would be Shrine of the Burning Rage.
Or the Sunscorched Desert. Only hit him to 1.
Hazrat the Fervent.
Oh.
Boom.
Turn 4. All right. Wow.
Exactly as we wanted it. Okay, so what is good
Another
here?
day at the office.
So we said we wanted Ensnaring Bridge. Dodges all his dust. Dodges a lot of stuff, and hopefully we'll keep the Eldrazi at bay.
We don't want Firecraft. Smash is an option.
So it hits Mind Stone, and it hits Ratchet Bomb if they're going to play it, which I imagine they might.
Yeah, it'll hit. See, the frustrating thing about Walking Ballista is you can destroy it.
Right.
And
this actually is another. There's another problem with this. This is actually very situational with Hazaret, if we even want this Hazaret. It looks like a great blocker in this matchup.
What do you mean it's situational? I think I know what you mean, but what do you mean?
No, I mean like, sorry, if let's say we have these Smash to Smithereens. Let's say we have 2 Smash to Smithereens in our hand.
Right.
And there's no artifacts on the board.
Then we use Hazaret's ability.
Oh yeah, that's true. There we go.
Because
there's a fail-safe here.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what you mean, but like, yeah.
So what do you think is useless?
Against Eldrazi,
like I feel
Tron?
Skullcrack sucks, but like maybe the damage is worth it.
Against normally Tron, you're worried about things like green-red Tron, right? You're worried about a ton of stuff, but yeah, the life gain isn't as important. They could be bringing in Chalice, which makes me somewhat nervous about
okay,
one.
so we should actually, smash the Smithereens. Let's bring them all in. So we have a lot of targets. Ratchet Bomb, Chalice,
Ballista, potentially. Again, Ballista's frustrating because then they just shoot you, and then the
I don't like it,
fizzles.
but the Mind Stone is something. It's a big tempo swing.
It also
there.
forces them to do it, right? Sometimes they just cast it for like X is 1 or X is 2. And you can like make them use it immediately.
So how about the creatures on the draw? Like, are these any good? Like,
usually with Tron, you just race, right? Like one of the ways you lose is they go Eldrazi Temple. Now it's 4/4 you can attack through.
Somehow I feel like I don't know how much I wanted these on the draw because like they can get ahead with turn 2, Thought-Knot Seer's turn. Well, okay, that's a little bit rare, but
it also forces them to have it though. Okay, so what do we
Matter Reshaper.
Oh, crap, we're running out of room.
I sort of just want to burn them. Like, how quickly are they? How quick are they?
Nothing really dies to Searing Blaze. Cut that.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So cut those 4. Sorry, I was talking too much. Cut a Flames of the Blood Hand. At least 1. How many? Cut 2 Flames.
Let's bring this thing in. Let's bring this in. I don't want to play with the Swift Spear on the draw. Somehow I don't want to play with this guy.
Alright, I think Flames is worse, but that's okay. This is still good.
And we're just going to burn the face down.
We're not really worried.
Magma Jet might be something to keep gas coming. I have no idea how good this card is, but you know what? Especially with our Ensnaring Bridge deck. Well, it also helps dump our hand.
Right.
They play turn 1 something. Whatever, we'll play this.
Submit this. This is good enough. Sorry, we were talking too much, and this is a very different burn deck than I've played before. This hand is fantastic.
Looks good.
This hand is fantastic, especially if they just go like turn 2 Chalice or something like that. We go.
We get underneath it, and this thing actually can deal with Chalice pretty well.
Oh, that's a good target if we run the play. I forgot about that.
And Expedition Map, we still might get that in because they could tap out on turn 2 for Chalice of the Void.
True.
Oh no, whatever. Then we're gonna hit the Chalice.
Ooh. All right, here we go. Bang, bang. Reveal Chalice.
Reality Smasher.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to see a Chalice on the top.
I
of
do.
Deck.
Oh, I love smashing Chalices. It's one of the best. Okay, so he's gonna find the land. That's unfortunate, but that's not a big deal.
We're gonna get Bridge online pretty quickly.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna play. I'm guessing Shrine of the Burning Rage.
Yeah, so I'm getting too excited here. Well, we're not skull cracking. We're not smashing. Yeah, just get Burning Rage out.
And they put Ballista.
Yeah, just get Burning Rage out. The earlier.
I guess that's a problem with Bridge, because they could just eventually... Oh no, but we got the Smash for the Ballista, so we're going to force them to sack it, which, we were talking about, it's not ideal, but we're going to do what we have to do.
Yep, we're going to force them to make bad choices too, right? So,
I don't know how bad of a choice it is, but the point is, I thought they could get around Ensnaring Bridge for the entire game, with just putting counters on Ballista for the rest of the game.
Okay, what does this thing do? I forget. It's bad, I know. It pings... It untaps.
It does a lot of things.
It draws cards, too.
So, what else? So we can play...
We can actually smash this Expedition Map, too.
We can do that. We can also just play Bridge, and then Endbringer can't actually attack us.
Yeah.
What are they getting with this Expedition Map now? They have Tron. We have to save this for Ballista.
Yeah, you're right.
We have to. This is their only win condition at this point. I think.
They could... Expedition Map for Ugin Sanctum, get
This does draw cards. We could
Ulamog or something.
Okay, so another option is we attack, they block, we bolt it.
Yep.
And then play Bridge.
I like that.
We play Smash to Smithereens
I love
on
that
this.
because we're still holding up Skullcrack and Smash. I like that. Attack. See if they.
Oh no, but like we smash this, or you want to save Smash?
I want to save Smash. It's tempting to just fire it off, but
because my problem is this draws cards.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't actually like that idea.
No, absolutely. Yeah, get in for 2.
Goblin Guide also gives them cards. Getting cards all around.
Not worried about it.
They get a Ghost Quarter.
Big deal.
You're gonna hit my Ramunap.
We're not worried about that in this matchup. Doesn't matter. Before or after damage, it doesn't matter.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
So what do we want to do? We're holding on to the Smash.
We're holding on. We have everything's at instant speed. We have no reason to do it right now.
Right.
Because we're not going to use the kill it on the expedition map. So we just
And hopefully,
actually,
we have inevitability.
They could even make a mistake by ghost quartering something, and we can cast 2 spells this turn.
True.
But we'll wait and see if they do that. Oh, and the Shrine of the Burning Rage, dude. I haven't played with this card before either. Oh man, this is interesting. I'm having fun. Okay, so what's he gonna get? Is he gonna get a tower?
Okay, tower. So more mana.
Make a ton of mana.
More mana. So Reality Smasher, attack us once.
That's okay.
And never again.
Yep.
And they'll have a good Ballista for 1 turn.
So we want to. I don't think we have to worry about life gain except for like something like Basilisk Collar, but that's so bad. If
it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Basilisk Collar will gain life on what's it called? So it'll still gain life when Ballista shoots us.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's kind of just all bad. So I think we just get rid of it.
We're just gonna we have to put the defense up. We're gonna play our Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they have answers.
Yeah. It's not the biggest deal, but you want to delete that tower from the revealed cards. Oh, and the Reality Smasher.
I usually just write this stuff down. Look at this big column on the side of emptiness.
It's not. Yeah, it's really ugly.
Could have been a smaller box. It could have just been half the screen.
Gotta love that.
So Ballista for 5?
No, he's gonna. Or he might Ulamog here. Ulamog is bad. Okay.
No Ballista for 5.
That's okay.
So with Ulamog in mind...
Use it. Let us Lightning Bolt.
We don't have as much inevitability as I thought we did.
That's okay. We have 4 counters. What do we have in hand? We have 9 damage, potentially. As well as... Okay, tap.
Yeah, we're going to have to colorless.
Oh, but it's colorless.
It's okay. We use the Smash.
Oh, yeah.
We have to use the Smash.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. I hadn't thought
it through
yet.
I am thinking.
Good news. I'm in burn mode. I don't usually think. I just cast my spells, right? Right, viewers?
And look at all this lifer saving.
Oh! Yeah, right. Did he have no answer to Bridge, maybe? Maybe he was hoping to just count it up and kill us. Maybe he has no answer for Bridge.
I guess so.
That'd be pretty sweet. All right.
All right, so we just won our first match.
Wow.
Against Eldrazi Tron. What is this matchup like, usually?
Normally it's not. Well... This seems very...
We rolled them.
Yeah.
That was a rolling. That wasn't even close.
It was a turn 4 kill and a turn 5 concession.
Yeah, turn 5 concession.
Oh,
okay,
man.
so we would... Okay, he has to sack the thing.
Okay,
They sack the thing, they take 3, and
no, but he doesn't take 3. He pings us 5 times, and he stays at 13. Right? Because...
No, I'm saying they're going to take 3 from... Or sorry, they're going to take 6 from Lightning Bolt. No, so this is our turn. We still draw a card. Which would have been Sunscorched Desert.
So he's down to 12.
So, hold on, this is 6 damage. They go down to 7. Sunscorched Desert, that's they go down to 6, and this thing would have 6 counters on it, 7 at our upkeep, and they die.
Yeah.
Look how ridiculous this is. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mono red burn, has a red burn. Ensnaring Bridge also doing work. That's why it's like 45 ticks online, people. That's why it hurts the bank account.
Yep.
Somebody didn't get angry.
Oh yeah, I was hoping for.
Oh, who said he's not angry?
He's typing now after we are. Yeah. Normally this matchup's not horrible. Tron, as a general rule, is a really good matchup for Burn because you can just race them and win.
This is Eldrazi Tron.
This is Eldrazi Tron. So it depends, right? Like if they just go like turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer, you're in trouble.
So they have interaction. They got creatures.
If you have a slow draw and they go like turn 3, it depends. It's interaction, but you're favored.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so that was round 1 against Eldrazi Tron. Now this isn't going to replace the Merfolk content. It's just going to sit aside because I wanted to test that. We had this list sitting in like the back burner, and we talked about it in the car for. Nice. We talked about it a lot on the way to Grand Prix Minneapolis, and we had to try this thing out.
Yeah.
And I'm glad how it's running today. So anyway, this has been Nikachu, Andrew Day 2 Dryden, and my brother playing.
What are we calling this? Burn? What are we calling this? Mono Red Burn?
Burning the bridge.
Burn rekindled.
I like burning bridges. Alright, whatever. Let us know in the comments section what you would name instead.